it's the Beginner Crafter. Welcome to another WIPTube, and I've had really nice progress, to be honest. Some things went really great, some things not so much. However, in total, I think it's been a really good month. And unfortunately, it was probably my last month that was so good for this year, because today, the 1st of November, Today, the 1st of September, the new school year begins, so I'm not going to have as much free time as I had during the summer holidays, so the progress won't be as fast. So, first things first, the crochet play shape make along is done. It is big, so I can't really show it to you like in full glory. I consider it finished, so I have achieved my level 3 goal. However, what I have finished is crocheting. I still need to sew the buttons onto the wrap, but I don't have thread. I mean, I do have thread, I just don't know where it is, because I am reorganizing my office and everything that was in the office, and that's a lot of my crafting supplies are packed and put into my bedroom, and it's total chaos. So it's going to be some time before I can sew the buttons on it. I do have the buttons already, but I can't sew them in. So yeah, that's the only problem. I made a mistake. I'm trying to figure out where. I think on this side. I made this part slightly too short, because as you can see in the mirror image, this one is longer. This one is 4 rows long, and this one is 3 rows long. I thought I had skipped 1 row, and I moved my row counter 1 row forward, and then when I was going through the pattern, I just did the next row, and then around, I think here, I realized I'm not making things on the same side as the pattern suggested, because my rows skipped a little bit, and I figured it was probably because I did not make the foundation chain. I made a regular chain, and then I went with single crochets or double crochets, I don't remember anymore. So I thought it was because of that, and when I finally realized here what was happening, I just really didn't want to unravel all that, and I decided to leave it as is. There's also one more mistake, but I'm not sure it will be easy to find it. I forgot to put I'm glad it's not easy to find, because it means it won't be a problem for me once I wear it. But some place I forgot to put this diagonal leg, this diagonal stitch, and one of the shapes is not really finished fully. No, I see it. It's not diagonal. I made a diagonal here. This is the empty spot. So I don't have a stitch here. Oh well, things happen. I'm going to go with this Irish saying that every work, every craft, every work of art takes your soul away, and to keep your soul together you need to make a mistake and put the mistake into your work. So I have to. So my soul is safe. But yeah, in general I really like it. I had a lot of fun working on it. So Lillabjorn made a really wonderful piece of design. I don't yet know how wearable it is, because I need those buttons to make it into a poncho or like a sweater or a shrug. So we'll see how that works. But I love the design. I really love the design. I think I wish I had made it with Schepje Swirl, because it doesn't split as much as Kokonki yarn that I used. However, there was no Schepje Swirl in this sort of colorway available in my country. So, and I really wanted to start. So I took Kokonki, and I like the yarn. It's still really good, and I like the colors. I actually think that when it comes to color changing, Kokonki is better, because you go through the full color. So for example, when it was changing from a navy to blue, it went through just blue without any added colors. And as far as I remember, although it may not be for every whirl, as far as I remember in whirl, only the first and last colors had like full colors. Everything in between was always with at least one color, one thread of a different color. Yeah, Rito is interested what's happening. He knew that I was working on it for a long time, so now he wants to check, yeah, what it looks like. And why am I still talking about it and not paying attention to him? So yeah, so that's play shape, knit along, no, make along, and I consider it finished because I finished crocheting, but I still need to sew those buttons in. Okay, then, so now that I've talked about a finish, let's talk about a start. The Pohjola sweater. Last time I showed it to you, but it was a false start because I twisted what I was working on, so I couldn't use it. It looked like a Mobius ribbon tape. I don't really know what it's called in English, but it just wasn't what it was supposed to be. So I restarted it, and so far it looks okay. It's not a lot. I need to stitch 6 centimeters of this hem. So it will be some time because I've got like 1 centimeter of it, but it's going okay. So it's a new start, because I hope this is the true start. I won't have to re-knit it. So I've got this project started. The goal for it for Pohjola sweater is start chart, and as far as I remember, starting chart is after those 6 centimeters. So with a bit of luck, I might achieve level 1 goal in September. It would be nice, but I'm pretty sure, like, if nothing terrible happens, I will achieve this goal this year. Because finished body is level 2. I have serious doubts if I manage to achieve it this year. But start chart level 1 goal should be absolutely possible. And another knitting project that I have is the Wishbone Sweater. And with Wishbone Sweater, my levels got a little bit complicated, like achieving the levels, because my level 1 goal for for the Wishbone Sweater, level 1 goal was to finish upper body, and I did that. But then I was supposed to finish lower body as level 2, and as level 3 finish. And I don't think I will be able to finish this sweater. However, I'm not really ready to finish the body because I don't know how much yarn I can use for the length of my body. I want to use as much yarn as possible because I don't think I will be using this yarn for anything else. I'm not super fond of Drops Kid Silk or Kid Mohair. I just don't like this type of yarn. I don't think it's the Drops' fault as much as I just don't like this type of yarn. So I don't think I will be using it much. When it comes to this is Double Sunday by Sandnes Garn. It's okay, but I think I would prefer just regular Sunday because Double Sunday is too thick. I don't like too thick yarns. So I don't think I will be using this yarn. So I want to use as much as possible, but I don't know how much I'll have left. So what I figured out is because my Double Sunday yarn like finished basically here, so I stopped working on the body. According to the pattern, I only have to finish this repeat and then do the hemming, although hemming isn't really included in the body part. So I have a few rows just to finish according to the pattern. However, I want to see how much yarn I'm using for sleeves and do one sleeve. And then I will more or less know how much yarn I need left for the other sleeve, and then I can finish the body. Unless working on the sleeve will go much faster. I mean, it should, because sleeves have much fewer stitches. But if I manage to finish this sleeve in September, I might actually move to the other sleeve first and just go fully. All the yarn that I have left will be able to go on the body, because then if I finish this sleeve in September, especially like before the end of September, I will be absolutely sure that yes, I can finish this whole sweater in this year. So I can like basically finish level 2 and level 3 goal sort of at the same time, because just the hemming will be left after that. So yeah, that's the plan. Like this month I worked this much on the body, and then this much on the sleeve. And August was a bit difficult for me when it comes to working on all my projects, because I was traveling a lot. So for one travel, I took one project with me, and for another, I took another project with me. Not knitting. Knitting is not for me a travel project because I'm too scared about losing stitches and so on. So I haven't really knitted as much as I would in a normal 3 month. So there is a chance. Actually, with Wishbone Sweater, there is a chance for me to finish it this year, which would be great. So let's hope it really works that way. But I sort of am doing it out of order at the moment. So I'll see after finishing this sleeve. If I finish it this month, especially with a bit of time in the month and am able to start the other sleeve, I will first do the sleeves and then just use all the yarn for the rest of the body because I prefer longer sweaters. So yeah, I would prefer to use all the yarn that I have for the sweater, or as much as I can, but not have to order one ball just because I have to finish it. So that's the idea for Wishbone Sweater. I like the design, like I said. I'm not super fond of the cable rows. However, cable rows on sleeves are much better. There's just so many fewer cables to make that I'm quite fond anyway of making those rows because they just go much faster. So yeah, I hope to make the sleeve yeah, hopefully this month. It will be nice. There is a chance, but we'll see how that goes. So that was my other knitting project because I have just 2 knitting projects. Okay. Now, the project that I was working on one of the travels, because the other one was shape play, because obviously shape play required a lot of work, so I didn't want to lose time, and I worked on it. And the other project that I worked on is Sashiko. I haven't done too much because it was a trip to Paris, so there was a lot of visiting and sightseeing, not so much time for actual stitching, but I did make some progress on it, and I figured out that I'm making things much more complicated than they could be, because what I could be doing was to just follow a specific route of the thread and go like line by line straight, more or less, and it would probably use up less thread than the way I'm doing it. So I'm creating sort of a shape and then I move to another shape, and it's just going to be a bit more problematic. So I could have made things easier for myself. Now I have to like maneuver the fabric because I changed direction. So it would have gone much faster, but I figured it out once I was already sort of into it and with my way of doing it, and now it just could be too late to change the way I'm stitching. So I'll just go the way I'm going right now. And then Blackwork. I came back to the 2024 Blackwork, which is really good, and I have gridded a little bit more and I have filled out some of the pieces. So right now I have 17 grids filled, and I have to check how many grids I had filled at the beginning of the year, because level 3 goal, was to fill 17 grids. But I think it was from what I had at the beginning of the month, so of the year. So I need to check how many I had at the beginning of the year, and then fill a little bit more so that I have all of the level 3 that I need, and then I can move to Blackwork for 2025 because I haven't started it yet. So I'll have to move to that to get some more Blackwork done. I quite liked the fillers I was doing. It was mostly gridding, to be honest, but also I finished this square and I started this square. But I think I was also stitching somewhere here. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've worked on this Blackwork, but so I don't remember what I had last time. I did not really pay attention when I was starting, but you'll have comparison. I hope I took photos of what I had it stitched before. And then my regular cross stitch. So I've got Miranda. I forgot to check how many stitches I actually made during the month, but it should be around 3,500 for Miranda. So I'm working mostly here on another page. There were some filled stitches from the previous page, from the head area, so it looks much nicer. And I am also almost finished with level 3 goal, because level 3 goal was to reach half of this row. So it's slightly more than half this page. And I was thinking about maybe changing my goal and pushing myself a bit more. But I have reconsidered and decided that I need to focus on other goals. I will stitch more even if I reach the goal, and it could be quite soon, maybe not September but October when I reach the goal. And I will stitch on Miranda because it is my focus piece, so I want to stitch it until the end of the year. But I will not stress myself with changing the goal. And let me focus on other pieces so that I can reach those goals. So the goal stays the same until half of the page, which should be about here. I think this is a bit more than half the page, or half the page, and then I will stitch like one grid row more to be slightly more than half the page, because there is a page and there is a thin column of another page, so half the page is not really half the row. That's sort of what's happening here. So that's why I want to stitch a bit more than half this page. So yeah, I mean, and also this page is not like fully stitched because there are some white areas, and there is quite a big white area. That's why a bit more than half the page would get me to more than half the row. But Miranda is really on good track. I'm at 55.48%, so really good. I'm getting close to 60%, which will mean order on those threads here, because I will be then sort of cleaning up and trying to put as many stitches as I can with the parked threads, regardless of filling the 10 by 10 grids. So it will make it a little bit easier to work on the piece, because there will be much less tangling of the threads. So that's a nice goal to look forward, although it's not any official goal of mine, but it would be nice. I don't think stitching those 2 or 3 grid rows will take me to 60%, but maybe this year I will get it, maybe not, we'll see. But it's been fun. Working on this page has been fun because there's not as many confetti stitches, especially here, like this sort of dark sky, but I'm looking forward to getting to the sea part because I prefer those shades of the sea, but I'm not entirely sure if I will be able to get there this year. We'll see. But yeah, Miranda goes pretty well. Then I've got Avarice, and to be honest, it was not supposed to be Avarice month, but I lost Envy, which was supposed to be worked this month. I lost it because of reorganizing my office, and I found Envy yesterday. So I had just one day in August when I stitched on Envy. So I will try to stitch on Envy this month in September as well, so that I sort of catch up. But I used August to also catch up on my goals on Avarice, because Avarice is still not level 1 goal, even. The level 1 goal is getting Avarice to 20%, and I'm at 19.26, so I'm not even there. And then level 2 goal is finish another page. So I think those 2 goals will follow each other pretty quickly. So I still have the chance of doing well on Avarice. I just need to get myself through that first level goal. So I stitched a lot here. There was some stitching in previous pages as well. Not so much here on the previous sort of page, but around the face, those 2 diamonds, that's what I remember stitching. And obviously here. And some of the grids were fantastic to work because it was just black. So 100 stitches without changing a thread. Nice and easy. So great. And with Avarice, I stitched over 2,000 stitches. So pretty nice. And I also had a milestone of having more than 45,000 stitches made in total. So that was really nice, and really nice progress on Avarice. I hope to continue it so that I achieve at least level 2 goal this year. I'm not sure if I can do level 3, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. Then poor Envy, that only got 1 day worth of stitching, and actually I was able to count how many I stitched because it was just 1 day. So pattern keeper shows it. Yes, Rita also wanted to see what it is because he hasn't really seen it much this month, so it's not very known to him. So on Envy I stitched 247 stitches. However, I had a milestone of 10,000 stitches worked. Yay! I did mostly fill some greens around here in those 2 columns, but also a lot of black in this circle around here. I am 4.17% in Envy, And my level 2 goal is 5%, so I think I should be able to make it this year. So that's really nice. I liked working on it, but it was only one day, so that's a shame. It's really a shame, but I hope to catch up in September and to work on it a little bit as well. And then my last project, I think. Oh no, it's not the last project, but I don't know where I have the other ones. The other one. Yeah, but first let's go with this. Extraordinary Birds Stitch Along. The last Friday of August was the release of the last part of this stitch along. I am still stitching up to feature 4. However, somehow I thought there were 12 parts plus the cage, and I thought my division of goals was 4, 8, and finish, so 12. However, I saw that there was part 12 released, but there was still a lot of area to be filled in. So I had a look at my goal list, and no, my level 2 goal is 9, feet 9. So I did know at the beginning that there will be more parts than just 12. But somehow in the meantime, I just figured 4, 8, 12. That felt logical to me. So I'm at 82.87% of up to feature 4. And I remember that the plan was to have at least 67 to 75% stitched, and then move to level 8 to up to feature 8. But I've decided to finish this color that I have here. It's not a lot, and only then move to now up to feature 9 with stitching, because what I have left now is white color, which I don't really want to stitch so early because it will get dirty. Then kind of confetti stitches, and I'm hoping that there will be more use of those colors in later parts. And black, which is somewhere here, and I don't want to count where I'm supposed to put it. So I prefer to have those fillers in here, and then it will be easier for me to stitch. So after I finish this thread, I will move to the pattern with up to feature 9. So I think I will have filled about 83% with this thread, and then I'm changing the file, which I'm guessing after I put my stitches here made to feature 9, I probably will fall down to 45, maybe 50% of up to feature 9 done. So I'll be climbing the numbers again. I love this pattern. I absolutely love it. It's super fun. The things, the birds that appear here, and not just birds, because there are plants, there's some water, give absolute detail. So it's really, really wonderful, and I can't really wait to also start working on those further features, because now I have all the birds started from up to feature 4. So I want to stitch more birds, and there's a peacock. There is a peacock, which I'm super happy to stitch. So yeah, I'm super, super happy about it. So I think level 1 I will reach this year. level 2 possibly, because, you know, there will be feature 5, feature 6, feature 7, feature 8, and feature 9 to be stitched. So quite a lot of stitches, and still some stitches from up to feature 4. So I hope to finish level 2 goal this year, but I'm not sure. I don't think I will finish the whole piece, because even after feature, I think 14, that is, I think, the last feature, there's also back stitching to be done for the whole pattern. And I prefer to do the back stitching at the end, because I don't want to keep changing from having 2 threads on my needle to 1 thread for back stitching. So yeah, I prefer to wait for it until the end. So yeah, that's the Extraordinary Bird stitch along by Lola Crow. Absolutely amazing, wonderful, and I've seen all the other birds and I am fascinated by the peacock, but all of them look really great. There are hummingbirds, like those, like, they are not dinosaurs, but those sort of ancient prehistoric birds as well. They're just, it looks super cool, so I can't really wait to be stitching on it. Well, I hope that further in the year I will have more time, especially once I reach my Miranda goal and I'll be able to focus more on other pieces. Then this one is one of my favorites to work on. So yeah, the last thing I worked on is the filet crochet coaster doily with clubs. This is a card suit, the third part in my series of my designs and my tutorials. I have recorded the tutorial, well, most of the tutorial, because I still need to film the part after it's starched and all the ends are weaved in, and then I have to edit the tutorial. But I'm hoping with showing you this piece now, I'm going to sort of make myself actually edit the video this month and post it in September, or at least at the beginning of October, hopefully. So this is actually the last thing I did in August. So yeah, that's all that I have worked. Like I said, a lot. I'm super happy with most of the progress. I'm especially happy that I finished the shape play, because I didn't really think I would be able to do it in August. Yes, I still need to sew those button on, but I consider crocheting as finishing the pattern. If you've liked the video, please click the thumbs up. You can click it even if you just liked my dog appearing for a moment. Leave a comment down below if you have any comments. For example, you'd like to see a bit more of Rito, although I'm not sure if how much he'll want to appear in the next videos, but I think it's doable. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to follow my crafting and reaching different goals. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!